You're listening to another Woodshop podcast, the okayest podcast of its type. Your hosts are Daniel Dunlap of Daniel Dunlap Woodworks, Peter Kapar of Petrie's Workshop, and Braden Boakes of Littlebug Woodworking. You can find them as well as the podcast on your favorite social media channels.
Welcome to episode 264 of another Woodshop podcast, where it's fall, y'all. It's officially September, which means it's 7 days till Texas Woodworking Festival, 16 days till the Pine Barren Maker Fest, 36 days, just over a month, to Maker Camp, just under 2 months, 57 days until Halloween, 84 days until Thanksgiving, 98 days.
If you say it, I'll strike you. If you say it, I'll strike you.
98 days till Dan's birthday. December 11th. Mark your calendars. 112 days until Christmas. That's it. And I'm happy to announce 254 days until the next Midwest Maker Meetup.
Yeah,
yeah, baby. It's probably going to be May 16th.
Wait,
I just chose a day on a calendar.
We choose a day
It's Mother's Day the week before that, and we know all of our patrons are.
You want to know how I know it's fall?
Yeah.
By the way?
Yep.
You want to know?
Yep.
Let me tell you. Because before the show, Pete and I went and got coffees. I got a pumpkin spice.
Wow. That's a way to come out and just say that out loud while we're doing an intro.
Good.
Well, speaking of things that are hot and in season.
Our patrons.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That was a good one.
Yeah. Want to welcome Adam over at Rock Dock Woodshop to the May Army. Also,
we got a medic. We have a medic now. He's a rock doc. He's a medic in the army.
Oh, that actually might be true because he spells doc D-O-C.
Which is the way you.
So it's short for
anyone that writes DR is stupid. Am I right?
Also, want to give a real warm welcome to Mr. David Wood of DW Wood Builds.
Wow. Didn't we
With a name like Wood,
upgrade?
You had to become a woodworker. Yeah, we got an upgrade, I think.
Yeah, Trash Panda, I believe. VI Pizzle.
Mr. Jimmy Panda, if you will.
Jimothy?
He's now a VIP.
James Panda.
That's his government name.
Indeedly do. So I should probably refresh that.
The list.
Yes, let us talk about our VIPs real quick because that list is great.
Scrumptious.
Tim Barnes from Earthworm Jim Woodworks, Greg over at G&M Design Co., Scott at Crabtree Creative, Dominic from the Crafty Sloth, Sean Renshaw from Native Woodworking, Nick at NSM Woodcraft, Chris Lamoureux over at Homefront Woodworks, Duffy Woodcraft, that's our boy Alex.
Ayo.
Greg Bennett at Windy Acres Works, Greg D'Ambrosio over at GTD Woodworks, Damon from BWG Woodworks, Jeremy Claybaugh from JC Rustic Builds or Customs or something. I can't remember. Braden voided his surf prep warranty. That is the Alex Adams of
what
Type
did you
8.
do?
That is true.
Bench. Save for the bench.
John Herbolsheimer of Living Lath Woodworks, Nick Better Than Brim Vreel over at Envy Woodshop.
Oh, shots fired.
Oh man.
Jared LaPuma at LL Builds Woodworking, Tyler Booth from Temecula Yard Games, Henry Lutens at Manfreda Wood, Justin Frazier from Fraser Canyon Woodworks, Sarah with Rosie's Woodshop, El Jefe over at Maker's Way, Wim Designs, that is our buddy Victor Argama. Happy birthday, Max Reed, is Nick Brim Woodworking.
Hey, happy birthday.
It was Sunday, you fucks. That is Max Reed over at Redesign Co. Yeah, apparently his birthday was on Sunday.
Oh, happy birthday.
They're playing with the name. Bill Burkle at WTB Woodworking, Malcolm at Bossa Nova Workshop, Did he change from Woodworks to Workshop? I think he did.
I believe he did
Tripping me
because
up.
he's running for city council.
Yeah, it's tripping me up. My muscle memory wants to say Woodshop. Crafted with machines and love is Patrick Ginsel. Ed Mancini at Mancini Woodworking. Chris at Chris Will Make. Willow Creek Lumber is our buddy Scott Shirk. James Alford, the Trash Panda. Justin Bailey at Campfire Woodworks. John Grubb at Grubb Will Make. Keeps them in line. That's it. That's your VIPs.
Wow.
That's a lot of VIP-ness.
What? Oh, wow. Also, wait, I have the sound effect.
There you go.
That's a good list. We have some new people. We have some upgrades. We even had some people donate extra cash to a good, cause that Braden's going to talk about. So yeah, guys, you were very active this week. I think Jared LaPuma is going to be very happy because he called in with a question or the comment saying patrons should sign up for more.
Oh,
Dan, he's the guy you spent time with.
I know who Jared LaPuma is, but I
and-
didn't understand what this was in reference to.
Dan, sorry, Jared. Dan blacks out sometimes during the episodes.
I'm old. I got the old man brains.
Anyways,
Braden?
One perk of joining our Patreon.
There's many perks, but this is just one of them.
Yes, there's many tasty perks, but this is the most umami of the perks. Dan committed us to giving away something every single month for 2025. He's been put on notice that we will not be allowing him to run around amok and making commitments like that next year. But for this year, we're giving away something every single month. So sign up for any of our paid patron levels, and the higher your tier, the more entries you get. First tier gets 1, and then all the way up to our VIP patrons, you get 4 free entries into our giveaways.
The higher the tier, the less tiers I have.
The higher the tier, the higher the love. Congrats to Ken Robertson, who won the Canyon Fire Toolworks micro adjustment table saw T-fence jig adjuster micro tool.
It's a lot of words. Too bad I'm
micro
not reading them.
adjustment, major difference.
Hey,
he won the micro adjuster that we gave away in August. So good for him. And I promised to ship it at least half as fast or twice as fast as the month before's.
But look at Dan. By the way, we did another giveaway impromptu in the pre-show, which is also another perk of being a patron. And
or just coming to the pre-show.
And then we guilted and put Dan on blast, and he actually boxed it up live while we were recording
live on air.
It's going to be great watching that paid for shipping label applied box just sit in his front entry.
I'm telling you, it's in my USPS tote that I take to the post office.
How long did it take
every other day?
How long did it take you to get the last already boxed up and labeled box?
We won't talk about that. It's a different story.
We're gonna start a new thing in our Discord. Another benefit of the
Speaking of show. Discord, I just got a notification.
we need to put that on Discord as another thing. That's just like a betting pool for Dan things.
just a betting hall.
A Dancino. Like a casino.
That's God. I hate how good that is, and how much money, because the house has got to get its cut. So there we go. We're starting a new giveaway, gentlemen. Do you know what we're giving away this month?
Ooh, I bet
Lamp
you
something or others.
I bet you're gonna call it out.
We're gonna give away a couple of clam companions from our dear friend over at Timber River Tool Company. I talk about these things all the time.
You want to know how you know he's our dear friend? Because you don't have to look up his business name because you memorized it.
No, I have it memorized. He rebranded this year. It used to be RS Tool Company, and between that and the natural formation, and then the outside descriptor, like I get Canyon Fire and Timber River, like it's a lot of Earth, Wind, and Fire type stuff. I mix up things. I've got the dyslexia.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. It is September.
Stop making fun of my
Oh,
disability, Dan.
Great. You mean the autism?
Yeah.
No.
I
Or
call
the
it that
heavy
dog in
breathing?
me. It's that dog in me.
They have a song that references September, you
Do you
bozos.
remember 21st day of
Demonetized?
But anyway, we're giving away a set of clamp companions. They're fantastic. It's wall mounted two like pipe clamp holders that let you do long glue ups and then like fold them out of the way. They're fantastic. I use them all the time. I love them so much. So yeah, you can get entered by joining Patreon, any of our pay tiers, or if you hate us, or if you want bonus entries, you can also donate to Pat Lap's legal aid fund. Every $5 that you donate gets you an extra entry. You have to DM me a picture of that donation because I can't track it. It's not our thing. Or you can go.
Can they DM you a picture of anything?
Just their
Nope.
donation.
No.
Just their donation to Pat Lap's legal fund specifically.
Okay.
Or you can go to arethechairs.included.com and you can donate any amount of money to our St. Jude's team page, where we are actively chasing second place again. We were knocked out of second place, our rightful place at the top by Mike Suter.
Nobody's second best.
That gosh
more than
darn
us.
childhood cancer survivor who started the whole thing, him.
How dare he empower us to do this and then take second place from us?
Redonkulous.
Yeah.
So anyway, every $5 gets you an extra entry. So go do that.
Please.
Please
For the
help
children.
us crush the man that inspired us to help children with cancer.
Please help us.
Because no matter who wins, it should be us, the children win.
No matter who wins, Mike should lose.
Yeah.
Pete?
That's great. Guys, are you excited?
Very.
You're supposed to say 4?
For what, Pete?
Maker Camp. Like I said in my intro, it's roughly a month away, 36 days to be exact from the day of recording. That's at least day 1. You guys are going to be here like a
But
week
it's like
before.
33 days away from when we fly to your place.
Yeah, and then I have to
It's
get you
29
guys
days
from
from
the
when I
airport.
booked my flight.
Oh, no.
Oh no, I have work to do.
I did the opposite of what I did that last time. I shorted it instead of longed it.
I didn't realize that spray foam insulation can be installed remotely. Okay, good to know. Sir, we shipped you a box. Just pull the tab. Yep, I know. Just pull the tab. Oh, I have also a crazy lightning storm right now happening. So if I
Yay.
lose you guys, I love you. This was fun. But anyways,
It was a
Maker
good run.
Camp is coming up, and I'm super excited for it. They just posted a little reminder about all the different tents or the different crafts they're going to have. I gave him some feedback because I really, really, really want to take a class with Ethan for leather sewing, because sewstry is great. Sewing.
You know what's really cool about that post they made?
Uh-huh.
It was intense.
I get it.
LOL.
Because of
LOL.
the camping. That's good joke. Good joke.
Guys, LOL.
But they got a lot of cool stuff set up. It's going to be the biggest year yet. If it's anything, even remotely like last year, it's going to be packed with not just makers, but the families. So make sure to bring the whole family along. It's definitely worth it. And we're also giving away 2 tickets. This week is the last week to enter to win. We're going to raffle it off at sometime next week when we're heading over to Texas Woodworking Festival. So make sure to enter this week. Listen to the last 2 episodes for the super secret code phrase. And if you're one of the patrons in the pre-show category, you should listen to this week's pre-show because we gave away an extra entry.
And this is why you should come join the pre-show live, because everybody can join.
Yeah.
Not just the patrons.
We're not beholden to rules in the pre-show, so we can add entries, we can add opportunities, we can add secret gifts.
Boom. Yeah, we tend to go rogue. Let's just say Alex Adams said something funny for once, and we went, that should be the code phrase. So basically, that's what happened. That is actually
Alex
what happened.
said something along those lines, and we kind of molded it to be funnier.
But none of this would be possible without Braden's dad. His addictions. Anyways, so make sure to join us at Maker Camp. Listen to this episode for a chance to win one of 2 tickets. You can't win both unless whoever is going with you is also entering. And we really are excited to see all you guys. We're of course going to do a patron hangout. So we're going to do a little pizza party or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll choose
Patron
a
pizza party.
location. Yeah, we're going to have a blast. It's always super fun to meet you guys in person, shake hands or kiss hands, shake babies. And I'm super stoked. I'm like already starting to plan it. So yay, much excite. Such
Fitness?
Wow.
Planet Fitness?
Oh, I get what you did there.
It's a bit.
It's a bit, yeah. Speaking of bits, those get installed in routers.
I didn't like that hand gesture.
And routers get put into
Router tables.
Hands.
yeah, Easy Z slider attached to a Onefinity CNC.
There
Our
it is.
sponsor this week. Had to
Way to
go full.
shoehorn that one in.
Yeah, I went full Morgan on that one.
Wow.
I'm shirtless in a shower. That's right. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. Because
Wait a minute. If you're in the shower, wouldn't you be shirtless? Like, anyway, like, does that?
I'm
need
a
to be
never
said?
nude.
You
Jeans,
guys don't,
baby.
yeah, you guys
Jorts.
don't wear.
It's like saying ATM machine.
Yeah,
You don't-
another AWP podcast, bro. Get out of here. Anyways, Onefinity CNC, one machine, infinite possibilities. As you guys already know, we love these guys. We love the machines. We run them hard and put them away wet, as Dan would say. And I'm
I
super
don't
excited.
say that. Braden says
I
that.
just got my red line upgrade in the mail, and I'm super stoked about this. So it's gonna be a fun couple months, especially with my lasers giving me trouble. So probably gonna just forget about that thing and just lean into the CNC.
You know what Onefinity has? They have laser attachments. You can.
They
add
do
to
have
your-
laser attachments. They absolutely do. They have a bunch of upgrades. They have a machine that fits any budget. And Braden's been putting his to work this week with Vetric. He's been able to get some awesome results. He's going to talk about this on What's on a Bench. But let's just say that Jeff from Two Moose has been dethroned. He's
There's
one
a
moose
third.
now.
There's a third moose in the
Oh,
room.
the third moose.
There's a third moose in the room.
with us. There's a third moose in the room with
Let's
us.
talk about the moose in a room, everyone. So make sure to go hit up onefinity.com. Use code AWP at checkout for possibly a discount. I don't know. We should verify that at one point, but probably not.
Wouldn't hurt to try.
Wouldn't hurt to try. It's either going to subtract money or keep it the same. And in some cases, add a few bucks.
It probably won't, but we can't guarantee it.
Yeah. And by the way, they're also going to be at Pine Bear and Maker Fest. They're going to have a booth set up there, and they're going to be at Maker Camp. So, and I believe they're going to be
And Texas Woodworking.
Texas Woodworking Festival. So, all of those chances for you guys to see.
I'm going to see
Onefinity.
Morgan and Stone a lot this year.
Morgan.
Turns out.
Yeah.
I mean, in the next like 30 days, you're probably going to see him more than like Kayla.
Yeah,
Oh,
true fact.
Ooh. In the pre-show, sometimes we go the love interest of Gambit and X-Men.
what? Wait. What?
In the pre-show, sometimes we go the love interest of Gambit in X-Men. Rogue.
I don't.
Rogue. We go Rogue. That was good. That was very clever.
Thank you.
That's-
Thank you.
Sorry. Yeah. Because Cyclops. Well, no, Cyclops is Jean. Never mind.
I thought Cyclops
That's
is Leela.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
I wanted to say Cyclops.
That was a smart joke, Braden. I appreciate that.
It took me a while. I wanted to work through the meta. I wanted to make sure I had it right.
What's this
meta?
got to do with Facebook?
Facebook.
Anyways,
Hardly no book.
guys. We have no
Guys.
guest for once. We have a boatload of questions. It's a small dinghy, but there's still questions in it. And we all have something that's happening on our bench. And
Hold on.
there's some news that's been happening.
What? What about a dinghy?
Yeah, you can't
So
just.
we have a boatload of questions, but it's
Oh.
not actually that much. It's a dinghy, also known as a dingy. It depends on how you pronounce that.
Oh, and your lightning storm could very well be missile-like. Current events.
Ah,
God.
got it. Yeah,
Okay.
That was also horrible.
it's okay. You were warning us before the show that you were like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk right today because I'm so tired. And
I'm having a hard time with work. I don't even know if I'm tired.
Your
I'm not, like,
wordsing actually
tired.
above our IQ and like our speed of thought. You're actually performing above expectations. I need you to tone it down. This
Am I getting a raise?
This is a 70% podcast. You're giving me 110%. I don't want to say that.
Am I going
It's impossible to give 110%. Nobody can do that. You can only give 100%.
Yeah, say that to my last boss.
Settle
That's
down,
why I
Ron
quit.
Swanson. Man, if I'm given that much effort, I'm definitely going to get my cost of living raise this year.
You are definitely gonna earn your keep by putting in that built-in. But anyways, let's talk about news first.
Good news, everyone!
Oh no.
Guys, have you heard?
The word?
Bird is the word.
Yes. So I hear that Mitch Hale from Horn Dog Maps is going to sue Michael Alm because he made a topographical map on the front of the side tables. What? Whoa, it's crazy. No, none of that is happening. But anyways, Michael Alm made a cool side table.
I have yet to watch that video yet.
I watched it twice.
Okay.
I really did.
Then I don't have to watch it.
I watched
once
it twice.
Each time I watched it, I focused on only one side table.
The first time I watched it, I listened. Sometimes I'll turn on YouTube videos while I'm driving.
Fair
but
enough.
not to watch.
No, I sometimes will put on a YouTube video and just listen to it in the shop while I'm like really distracted with other stuff. Yeah, I get that.
And then I build the furniture in my mind pictures.
So I will say it was a pretty cool video. And at first I saw him doing it because the side pilot, chair pilot, co-pilot, whatever, the shaper attachment came out.
Oh, the Onefinity attachment for the shaper.
Yeah. So at first I saw him like doing that, and he did a lot of the topographical map and stuff with it, and I was like, well, it feels like that was for that. But then he kept working on a project and refining it, and I'm like, this is really cool. Michael Alm makes cool stuff. He's one of those guys that
very talented.
He will do something so he's a Paul Jackman. It's monotonous and annoying. He'll just keep doing it till the end, whereas we would have just given up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or just don't do it.
I saw at least 8 different times.
No, I ain't doing that.
I saw at least 8 different times where I was like, yeah, that's good enough. And then he did like 2 more times.
He just kept going.
That's good. Here's the thing. So, okay, you know how in that video he put in the wooden version of the bridges? Like
and then
the
hated it.
Those would have never come out to be replaced with brass in any of our builds.
Yeah, then he went full Keith Johnson with the brass on there.
Show off.
What a show off. The worst. So that was a pretty cool video. I would recommend checking it out. A couple people sent it to us as well in a Maker News segment of our Discord, which was where we get a lot of information.
It's like ChatGPT, but just a bunch of people that sort of know most things, kind of.
Yep. Also, got something from Dustin from Shop Humble saying that the True Value store went out of business and got rebranded. Apparently, Ace Hardware is consolidating.
Business a long time ago.
Well, I guess maybe took them a while, but Ace Hardware is consolidating, which is kind of a bummer because Ace Hardware is a pretty dope and solid store. And I don't want to see like because it's one of the smaller guys in a way, medium guys. I don't want to see the medium guy go away. You know,
there's an Ace pretty close to me that I go to often.
I hear word on the street that it's a place with the helpful hardware folks. That's
I've heard that
slogan.
I thought it was Hy-Vee though.
Also, they're one of the few. I think they're like a still dealer or whatever. They have a couple of like tools that you can't get at Home Depot or Lowe's. They sell.
Yeah.
Like more like landscaping stuff. So,
like,
you know,
DDWW zero clearance inserts.
Yeah.
Not yet.
They are very confused when you try and buy them there, but they will take your cash.
Exactly. What other Maker News we got, guys?
I'm currently looking.
You're just looking down YouTube. That's not actual
that's
news.
what I do. That's what I do. That's my news. That's where I get all my news.
That's a pretty good spot to get the news. Brandon,
I can hear one of your guys. I can hear your Discord beeps.
That's definitely not mine, Dan. That would be rude. I don't have Discord open because I'm reading the info from it. It was me.
Wow.
Sorry.
Super rude that you and you alone are on Discord right now.
Well, this is kind of AWP adjacent, and that is
AWQ.
One of our rivals, who shall not be named. He whispers to Wood. I'll just leave it at that. Is no longer doing the morning show, or at least putting it on pause.
Oh yeah, I saw it. That's
and
it's a long running thing he's been doing.
That is a long running thing. So if you're not familiar, Mark Spagnolo, small account that grew too big.
Mark Spaghetti.
Yeah, he does Firehouse content now. It's like the subs. He does sub reviews, I think. Firehouse sub reviews. Anyways, him and his wife have been doing this morning show on what was it, Fridays, right?
Fridays for like years now.
And they're putting a pause on it. They're gonna stop doing it. So it was one of those things where I get it, but also going to be a big change for some people that rely on it. It's like if we just said we're not going to do the pre-show anymore.
Ooh,
Ew.
there would be riots.
Anyways, we have some news.
Is what I like to tell myself.
So that was it's kind of a bummer for that, but listen, I'm all for it because I want him to get more family time. I honestly, when we had wow, I'm blanking on his name. Oh my God, Bob Claggett. Jesus, Peter. When Bob Claggett was on,
Did we have Jesus on too?
Yeah,
Bob Claggett, Jesus? Is that his formal name?
He
That's
walked
his
on
formal
water.
name.
He turned water into fine. Anyways, when Bob Claggett said that, I asked him about going to events and whatnot, and he said, I'm not interested in that. I just want to be home with my family. And I get that now because now I have a family. So, it's cool to see.
Is this how you tell us you don't go to events anymore?
Well,
No, this is how he
everything's
tells us
pre-booked.
that up until Juniper, he didn't consider a family. So, sorry, Emma. Wow.
She's just a hinge date that stuck around, guys.
Wow.
No, you guys all know the
Yikes.
origin story. It wasn't Hinge. I don't know how to use the internet. Come on, get out of here. That's it for my news. We talked about the silly Craig hole maker thing.
Yeah,
We did.
we already talked about that.
Okay.
There is some news that I'm going to be intentionally vague about to make it into like a little Easter egg hunt. But
Uh-oh.
we did have that incident pop up where one of our dear friends' metal cutting board feet, we found another maker has copied them
Yeah,
and is now advertising them. And normally
I kind of
know,
want to talk about it.
products,
I forgot about it.
I don't want to give him any pub though.
I will let you two decide if we drop the name, but
I'm not going to drop the name. I don't want to give him any clicks or any traffic whatsoever.
what I will say is this maker is creates a lot of CNC content, and Pete and I were standing right next to Justin at WorkbenchCon this year when we sat in this maker's class, and we listened as Justin pointed out, because we were talking about Etsy sales, things like that.
No. We
We were
pointed out.
listening.
I think we were like,
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
Pete and
we
I-
kinda
Pete and
brought
I
that.
were
I wasn't
trying to
there.
cause some
it was an
heckling
Etsy
and some troubling.
class. And essentially, if I may jump in, it was an Etsy class, and we were like, well, what about this thing that could be a thing?
Metal
And-
cutting board feet.
And then metal cutting board feet, and the gentle person had basically shut it down as that would never work. That's not
Yeah.
a thing.
I would never sell those because it would never get traction on Etsy.
And
And then the data was pulled up after because at WorkbenchCon, you're exchanging information, you're learning with people. The Etsy page was pulled up and some of the sales data was shown, and oh wow, I never would have thought that this would have gotten traction. Dead exact copies now
Yep.
for sale. Like 3 weeks ago is when they launched.
so, anyways, if you need them, go buy them from Justin from Campfire Woodworks.
Woodworks.com.
Not sponsored.
And if you use
Not
code
sponsored, we
AWP,
just-
saves you 3%.
I think he did give us a code, but
He did.
Yeah,
It saves
is it
3%.
is it really
Is it
3%?
AWP?
Yeah, it's AWP and it saves 3%.
Okay, there you go. Boom. I got one other thing. I totally forgot to mention this. Dave Meow sent this to me and Patrick because we're in a group chat, Dan. I know you're jealous of that.
I'm not.
CNC Kitchen. You look up CNC Kitchen on YouTube. He found, he went to some like convention. It found a free
Trays.ai.
AI generated. No, what is that the site?
Is CNC
What?
Kitchen a website or a YouTube or
No, it's a YouTube channel. CNC
Facebook
Kitchen.
page.
Look up the YouTube channel. He found a image to Gridfinity automatic maker. No,
Oh, I saw that video.
no modeling CAD required at all. So if you can't find a model for whatever you're trying to make, you literally use a sheet of paper, 8.5 by 11, as a reference when you take the photo, and it will AI generate your item. Or the Gridfinity insert. If you don't know what Gridfinity is, it's basically a grid that you can install in any kind of drawer, and this thing will just slot in perfectly. So all the tools just very satisfyingly just lay into the part that you're trying to cut out.
Tooltrace.ai.
That,
There you
yep,
go.
just found it.
Boom. So definitely worth checking out. And that's what's that? Oh, it's kind of hard to focus. I can't see it.
Well, it's of course showing now the. There we go.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, there you go. So definitely worth checking out if you're looking to do some Gridfinity stuff.
I actually saw a bunch of content about that on TikTok, and I was like, "Oh, that's neat. I should probably 3D print some grid fit." Oh no, never mind. I gave a bunch of those to Brandon.
I was gonna say,
don't like
wait,
them.
hold on. Also, if you want that back, I still have the box of it. It's just
I
sitting
don't-
there. I've never unpacked it.
Well, maybe I do one. I don't know. What would I do with them?
You store it. You would just store it.
Gridfinize things.
No, I don't want to do that. It's too much work.
Nah,
Dan's not about organization.
pass.
No.
Dan's about heart.
Oh, my shop is a complete mess right now. You have no idea.
I think that's about it for news. You guys got anything else?
Yeah, my news is my shop's a disaster. Help.
Okay, what? Save it for the bench, Dan.
No.
No, that's
He's
my
talking about his
news.
shop,
That's
not the
my
bench.
news. That's my news.
The problem is all the stuff that's off the bench.
What's on my shop? All right. Well, in that case, let's upgrade it. Anything else?
Will Smith is making a comeback as a rapper. Have you guys
Stop.
seen that?
His videos is like
It's not-
AI generated audience
It's not-
members.
It's not good,
No, it's awful.
but he is technically making music. Which
I liked
makes
him
it
when he was
maybe-
getting jiggy with it. That's
Yeah, he's no longer. He tried to get jiggy with it again, and he threw out his hip, and then yelled at somebody for keeping his name in their mouth or something like that.
yeah.
No, I have
Yeah.
nothing else, Pete.
Awesome.
What's on my bench?
See how I opened my mouth and it came out?
Yeah, that was weird.
Ventriloquism.
Yeah. Good at that.
Learn to throw your voice. Fun and games. Fun and parties.
Dan,
What?
¿dónde está your bench teca?
Where is your
I-
bench library?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
My bench library is in a van down by the river.
dream.
Down by the river.
I've actually been really busy this week.
Weird flex.
I don't-
Okay.
No. Like, you know how I've been complaining about how like my Etsy store has fallen off and like it hasn't gotten any traction since the incident.
We do know
Yeah.
how you've been complaining.
Yeah, where you
It's a
fired
whore.
Braden's brother.
No. Not that incident. You know what incident I'm referring to. That dirty. Wow.
What is that? Is that hail?
That's
That is
thunder.
thunder.
Oh,
Holy crap. That even came through the mic.
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, I'm in danger.
No, that
I
dirty
hope-
yacht that lives in Ohio.
I hope Pete likes to imagine dragons because there be thunder. All right, sorry. Dan.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
Imagine
yeah.
Dragon D's Dan's bench. Go on.
Anyways, my Etsy store got a lot of traction for some reason this weekend. More than I have gotten in a long time. So I sold probably 6 tables this weekend and 5 cutting boards.
That's going to be a busy
And-
2026 for you.
I need to get this all done before we go to Texas, you guys. I'm screwed.
You mean in 6.5 days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This year.
This year,
year's-
2025.
The year of
Yeah.
our Lord.
Anyway, so yeah, so I've been very busy trying to get everything out because I did get caught up at one point. That's like one of the big bonuses of having a slow shop. I was able to get caught up and it felt really good. And I was like, that warmed my soul. I was like, oh, this feels
Ooh.
nice. I like this.
It warmed down to the cockles of your soul.
Yes, way down there. And yeah, well, I'm not caught up anymore. Back to the old Dan. So I'd like to get caught up again. So that's what I'm trying to do.
He's got chili cockles, people. Chili cockles.
The one order came in and it was for 5 cutting boards. Like one person ordered 5 cutting boards.
Who's cutting
And it-
that much stuff?
I don't know. I'm guessing they're gifts. I don't know. But it was cutting boards that I put on my Etsy shop like months and months ago, if not years ago. And those boards are gone. They were like one-off boards. You know, I've sold them at craft fairs. I may have given them away. And now I'm like, crap. So now I got to recreate them. So that's what I've been doing.
So you have to remake scrap boards.
Yes.
Jeez.
I'm killing it though. I'm killing it. I think so. Anyway, I'm also working on Nick Brim's tables. Do you guys remember that? He hired me to make tables.
Like I'm saying, Dan's trying to button up Q1.
2027, baby.
Nick told me that if the tables aren't done by Maker Camp, we will no longer be friends. So I don't want to lose him as a friend. So
that's gonna be really
plus
awkward.
it'll make the plane ride super awkward, and the car ride, and the sleeping arrangements and the cuddles, and so yeah, I'm trying to get that.
If you don't get them done by
what
Maker
are you
Camp,
gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Nick
What are
Brim
you
is
gonna
gonna
do?
get the bedroom.
No.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep,
done.
That's right. Yeah.
Done.
Nick Brim's getting the
They'll
bedroom.
be done tomorrow. They'll be done
You'll
tomorrow.
be on the couch
They'll be done tomorrow.
with
Wait,
They'll be done
little
tomorrow.
bug.
wait. No, that's a punishment for me.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of punishments for Braden, this has nothing to do with Braden. A couple weeks ago, I said that I'm going to lose 25 pounds by Maker Camp. I am officially halfway there.
Well,
Whoa.
you can lose about 190 pounds if you don't make those tables. I just guessed Nick's weight.
That's probably accurate.
Are you living on a
Small.
prayer now? Also, so you lost a bunch of pounds. I didn't
12
know
and a
that
half
you'd
ish.
I didn't know that you'd entered the European stock market.
Hey,
That joke was too good to not say twice.
Yeah, listen to a pre-show for all the really good stock market.
Do you want to
jokes.
just rehash all the jokes that we did?
No.
Is this where I go?
The
If you
moment
go
has
into the
you have to be
bathroom
there, Dan.
when you're American, you come out, you're Russian, and anyway, I think that's it for my bench. There's some other stuff going on personally.
What are you going to be working on soon? Maybe next week, maybe the next few days that you're really excited about, that Braden was shocked that you said you were going to do? The built-ins, Dan, the built-ins.
I don't know anything about built-ins. Braden, what are you working on?
Braden, you're screwed. You're screwed because you live in that house.
No, I'm not screwed because at a certain point, I'm just going to finish the built-ins and Dan's not
Yay!
going to have the
Finish
content.
them with what? End grain inlays?
I have all of the stuff to do it. I've got the material.
He
I'm
does,
ready
and
to
I actually need some 8-quarter white oak. For
The
other
only
things.
thing stopping me is Dan is the talent in this YouTube.
Say that again
negotiation.
and say it for the people in the back.
Yeah, you're the talent in the way that like diva actresses are also technically referred to as the talent.
I'm good with that. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dan, you're the talent like the tree in a play in a middle school. Technically, there's a kid inside, but
I was
I was a mailbox in the play Oklahoma.
yeah, so if Dan pushes too far, I'm just going to AI generate him for the back half of this built-in, and he's going to have to do. I'm going
to be
him
honest with you.
deal
That
with-
sound pretty good.
to make him deal with the
Pretty
consequences of that contractual obligation, because they'll probably want the money for the material back.
ooh,
That is a big chunk of change.
yeah.
That was a lot. Let's see. What is
I get
what
the
is
feeling
going-
that Braden's getting a little annoyed by this situation.
I feel like
Oh,
this
no, I'm not
built-in is
annoyed.
going to cause the two wives involved to be upset.
Oh, my
Uh,
wife would be very upset if we had to pay them
Yeah.
back.
You better hope that those two don't start talking.
Oh God,
That'd be bad.
I
Yeah.
hope that Intermountain doesn't listen to this.
I think Intermountain probably has a chat with Kayla and Aretha already.
Actually, they must be happy because they sent me 2 hats out of the blue. I gave one to Braden because I figured
The
Yeah.
hat's full to the brim of lice.
because you tried them on.
good thing I didn't put mine on then.
Yeah, so I'm working on the built-ins. I've got LED controllers on the way now, which will be super neat. And then I also have LED strips on the way, so I can start test wiring that outside of the built-ins because that's new-ish for me. But in addition to the built-ins, I have been getting my mousse on this last couple days. And yes, that
Like in your
means
hair?
exactly. Oh yeah. No, that's a pomade that I put in the hair. I have been messing around with a bunch of end grain cutting boards and doing inlays using Vectrix VCarve Pro, like their VBit inlay settings. Been testing around some settings.
One clickety click.
It makes it much, much easier. It's not quite one click. You've got to set up some settings.
3 clicks.
But it puts all those settings right in front of you, so you just push in numbers and it spits out all the stuff that you need.
Braden, just ballpark the amount of clicks it takes so that Dan can just be like, yeah, forget it.
5 clicks.
More than one.
Yeah, he's out.
He'd have to install the software, so that takes 1 click.
At minimum.
We're done. We're out. But the good news is Dan is really excited about doing inlay cutting boards. Just not
I am actually.
to where he can
Ask
do
him
it.
where he's getting his blanks.
He keeps dropping off end grain cutting board blanks to me every time he comes by, and just hey, put something on this. Okay, sure thing,
Hey,
bud.
put something on this.
It's working out great for me.
I figured we got craft fairs coming up, and I think they'll sell pretty good at craft fairs.
Have craft fairs coming up.
Here's what would sell.
We also have crap fairs.
Here's what would sell. You ready? Inlay a whiskey smoker into a cutting board.
Ooh.
Can you inlay a rolling pin?
Into a cutting
Technically,
board?
you can. I have been messing with VCarve.
Inlay
designs
in a rolling. Okay, got you.
on the rolling pin, because I know for a fact that you can do inlays into. Is that 4th axis or is that 5th axis? I'm never 100% sure which axis it is.
6th or 7th.
I think
there's 7.
Yeah, so 8th or 9th axis. Because
I've
I've also been messing with the rotary, and I've got that figured out, which is friggin' dope. Once you can like wrap your head around how you have to set things up differently.
Wrap your head around.
Get it? Thank you.
Speaking of that, I need to remove the remotery?
Yes, that one.
Rotary from
It's a
my
good
other
thing-
CNC so I can use it.
Braden, I will
Yes,
give you
sir.
a little tip. Something I actually did make with my laser when I first got the rotary on the old 40 watt way back in the day. And it wasn't even like a nice rolling pin. It was literally a thick, like an 1.25 inch dowel. And I engraved my logo into it. Tiled. Like deep. So then when you would roll out dough, it would put my logo into it.
Wow.
So you can actually inlay, not instead of inlay, but like make a pattern into a rolling pin.
That would be an outlay.
Boom. Boom. Sell that.
I've been working on that. Trying to figure that out. Plus, I also saw.
So you already were on my idea. My idea you already took.
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
so you can borrow my idea. I'll give you full credit.
This is the cutting board feed all over again.
Technically, you gave me this idea like a week ago when we had this exact conversation about.
I don't
the
remember a
rolling
week
pins.
ago. I don't even know if we had a guest.
But I'm also trying to figure out how to do inlays on the rotary because I know it can be done. I saw Titty Nick do it with axe handles. And so I messaged him and he's helping me kind of figure that out. But one step at a time. I've
Titty
officially
Nick.
rotorized a rolling pin, which is basically just a tapered dowel. That's it.
Yep.
But I feel very confident because of it.
By the way,
And
I
who
know
was the mad genius who helped you 3D model the rolling pin?
Kamani von
Dan.
Strayhorn.
Dan. I called Dan sitting in my truck at a 7-year-old's birthday party while Gabby was inside. I didn't want to be anywhere near that because it's loud. And so I went out to the truck with my iPad and I called Dan and he walked me through 3D modeling. That's
I
a
don't
sentence
take
I never
that.
thought I'd say.
This is the darkest timeline.
This is so
I'm
strange.
getting
to me.
pretty proficient with Shaper 3D.
He got pretty good pretty fast. He found that dog in him.
Pretty good. I've designed a table leg that I'd like to make on the rotary, but I don't know if it's too big for the rotary
Oh.
for the Onefinity.
Nothing's too big for the rotary.
Yes, it is. That's no. I know you're making a dick joke, but that's there's definitely a limit for the rotary is.
There
But I've
is a limit.
designed my own like farmhouse style table leg.
Here's the thing, ladies. The limit, 4 inches in both directions. which means
8 inches.
there we go, Dan. Dan.
Oh,
Dan's
then
got
it's
it.
not too big because it's only 5 inches.
Oh, okay. Then
Total.
we're fine.
Yeah, no, it can do square stock up to 5.5 inches. I think I'm saying that confidently, but I'm pretty sure that's it for square because you can go up to
So,
7 on round stock.
So if
Yeah,
it's already
so,
round stock, you can go about 11 inches. Ladies, black walnut. Am I right? I'm sorry, y'all. Be quiet. now.
We call that the dragon.
So
Dragon D's.
imagine. So I've been working on the rotary. I've been doing the inlays. I also hooked up the automatic tool changer on my CNC.
Good Lord.
It's been
am-
a very, very busy week for my CNC.
I am very upset with you for having that. That's the one thing I'm really, 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 really excited for.
I really want to tell you, hey, it's no big deal. Don't worry about it.
Tell me that. Tell me
it'll
that.
be cool. It is rocking my world. It is phenomenal. It takes some getting used to, and it makes some noises that are
Yeah, the noises.
So
I was like,
very jarring.
is that okay?
Because it
It's-
has a bunch of heads that tighten, right? Like
it does.
Yeah.
Dan,
So
calm
you
down.
have collets and collet nuts in each of the cups.
Yeah, it does.
And what it does is, so the way that that tool changers traditionally kind of work is they have a hydraulic system. They're air.
Yeah.
Would air be hydraulics?
Pneumatic.
Yeah.
Pneumatic.
Pneumatic.
It'd be pneumatic.
Why does Dan
And so
know
they-
that we don't?
Dan, oh, this is such a weird week.
Batting 100 this week. I hate it.
And so your spindle would go over.
Guys, I
it
got
would-
a 35% on my
I got
You
I
forgot
got a
what that was.
0% on my ACTs. my
GED
SATs.
test.
Oh, my horoscope test.
So normally, like in a more traditional automatic tool changer, the spindle goes over, drops off the bit by cutting off the air, which is holding it in place, and then it goes over to the new one, drops down, then sucks it back up,
It's
and locks it in with pneumatics.
it's actually referred to as like auto asphyxiation
I don't think that's it.
because it cuts off the air.
You're doing so good, Dan, and now we're here, and you're technically not wrong with what you're saying. You're just wrong for saying it.
You're missing a part of the auto part. But anyway, Brayden, keep going.
The way that the
No, I'm
rapid change system works on the Onefinity is it's really cool because it simplifies the entire process and makes it scary. It physically unscrews and screws on collets and nuts, ladies.
But wait.
How am I not supposed to make jokes here?
As someone that
guys?
I know there's the jokes that like I don't use my CNC, but as a CNC and router user, does it do the over crank and go like, you know, at the end where you try like a regular router user?
No.
How does it know to tighten to that point? Because that's the only safe amount, right?
So it spins
Gotta
at a
throw your
very
back out.
low RPM. And then I believe that the way the cup is designed is there is a like almost like a what's the thing a torque wrench. Like it's not a torque wrench, but it does have a point where it locks and it stops the spindle from spinning because it's at such a low RPM. And then it knows, hey, this is voltage or amperage or
Yeah.
magic,
Can you-
whatever.
Can you
And-
go into the settings and change the RPM of the spindle?
You
to do
can.
Because I
If
would
you
full
want
send
to.
that.
No, you will not. Absolutely, you will not. I will be installing yours when it inevitably shows up.
Do I have
And
one coming?
No, you will not. I will password protect that.
Okay.
Password protected.
Actually, if I can get you into the Masso or the Redline, I know the Masso does have an admin password. I can protect you from yourself. Okay, good. I feel more comfortable. Now.
Cool.
But
Guess I won't be
so it is
switching to that.
it is physically screwing on and unscrewing collets, and it sounds very jarring. Like it in your mind, the first however many times I've heard it, plus like another 100, the brain immediately says cross thread. It's cross threaded. That's not the right noise, but it's fine, and it's worked flawlessly. So
The first time he used it when I was over there, I heard it makes this click sound. And it's a pretty loud click sound. And I thought something was wrong. He's like, no, it's fine. Like,
I saw his face and I knew exactly what it was. But yeah, so I had it set up. So with these inlays, I had it set up to run through. And I made it as complicated as possible because just as like a test. So it flattened my board with my 1/2-inch ball nose. And then it switched over to
You flattened a board with a 1/2-inch ball nose?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's the biggest non-flattening bit that I've got, and I can't fit a flattening bit into any of those.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You couldn't put like a
slab
flattening bit in one of those chunks.
I also don't like any of my flattening bits, and I really like using the 1/2-inch ball nose from Bits and Bits as a flattening bit.
Like the bowl bit?
Yeah, I use the bowl bit.
Oh,
okay.
Is that the 1/4-inch shank or the 1/2-inch shank?
1/4-inch shank.
1/4-inch shank.
Oh, that's the other cool thing about the tool changer. You can use 1/2-inch shank collets, like as long as
the R20 collets.
So, but so I had it flattened, and then it came back, swapped into the 1/4-inch compression, did a clearancing path. Then it switched to an 1/8-inch, did another clearancing path, and then it switched to my 10.5 degree ball nose.
Yeah, I was right.
Yeah, you're right. So this is the other cool thing about Vectric, and I was having the hardest time with inlay cutting boards when I first started trying them like a year ago, because Vectric won't let you use a bit that can't be used on that tool path. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So like it will physically, I could see that I had all these bits, like all these ball nose, and I really wanted to use like a really narrow degree bit, and it won't let you use them because it thinks it's a ball nose, not a V bit. It will only let you use a V bit in a V carve.
Yeah.
Turns out, and I was watching a YouTube video and it mentioned this.
You just got to lie to it.
It clicked. Oh, I'm the human here. I have opposable thumbs. I can just set up a bit to be whatever I want it to be. So I took a 10.5 degree ball nose bit and I just changed it to where it thinks it's all the settings are the same. It just thinks it's a V bit, and chef's kiss. It is beautiful watching this thing go.
So you're essentially doing a V carve with a V-shaped ball nose bit.
Correct. Yes.
What degree? 30?
10.5 degree.
Oh, 10.5.
It's toit.
Yeah, I was going to say. The smallest one I've got is 30. So that's...
Yeah, no. This is...
Dan, stop trying to demonstrate on your body, please.
This thing is basically...
What I got is a 2.
This is basically as close to a needle as I can get. But the cool thing is, in these inlays, I don't actually need like a huge... You don't need like a huge... What is this? What are the hand gestures I'm trying to make?
V?
Angle.
V? There it is. You don't need a huge angle because you just want it to fit and you want to get a lot of fine detail. You just need enough of an angle that when you're compressing everything in, that eventually it hits a point where your blank or your male part is bigger than the female part.
Ladies.
Dan. You wanted to say something.
And
just big enough to where you can push.
It's funny because one of your boards was a bee. The birds and the bees.
It is a bee. It's a busting bee.
Don't put the T in there.
And then you want just enough glue gap and just enough or more.
So that's something you had mentioned that I wasn't even thinking about is glue gap.
Yeah.
You accounted for glue gap. So like you made the offset or whatever.
Yep.
The glue gap.
So I made it to where in the G coder, what Vectric spit out, there is 0.025 millimeters.
Millimeters?
Yeah.
No, 0.025 inches. So in Vectric, I do inches, and then
we call that a glue reservoir.
That's exactly what it is. It's basically it's space for the glue to all fit. And what it also accomplishes is it gives you a little bit of a buffer to where you can compress your one board into the other a little bit further than it's actually designed to before
so it
looks
looks even
out.
tighter. There's no
so
gaps.
you can pardon my French, cram this thing in a little bit and zero gaps.
I wish I had
it
a
will
companion
fill
that
every
would help
gap.
me clamp this down.
That would be great. I am using my call companion that I got from Timber River Tool Company
What?
to
That's
compress
crazy.
my inlays.
That's smart.
It's fantastic.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag, well, technically I'm sponsored. So
This
hashtag
podcast isn't.
half sponsored.
That's it. I'm taking your
Could you
paycheck.
use the deluxe panel clamps from Rockler too?
You could.
Bro, those things are so nice.
I think the issue with those, and honestly, the issue with the call companions, which I need to talk to him about, is so you get like a thick end grain cutting board, 1.5 inch, whatever, on the low end. Get a thick board, and then you've got another end grain cutting board that you're compressing into it. And then based on how you're set up, you either need another board across the top so that you can put all of your pressure evenly across, because if you don't, you'll get gaps. Or if in like my instance, my cutting board wasn't big enough to span my two stud bays, ladies, it gets really thick. Like what you're working with there's a lot of stuff stacked up there. So with the Rockler, I don't know how big,
You can
how much
go pretty
vertical
wide.
height
The
you
thing
can get.
flexes out quite a bit.
Okay.
You can go pretty wide, but then your pressing pressure from the edges is only a 1/2 inch bar. But
Well,
it's a bar.
perfectly.
It goes wide, but like if you're high enough up, you're not actually pressing in. You would have to like rotate the bar to kind of, because some of your inlays
Mhm.
were not the width of the board going into it, or
Yeah.
the board,
And
that
you
you're
don't,
going
yeah,
into.
and you don't need the horizontal pressure in that case.
You
Bottom
only need the
line, we need to
vertical.
make him a little mini press.
I think a press would be
a
awesome.
t-shirt press.
Yes.
I do kind of want to design a press because I think that I want to do some bigger ones. And this is going to become my entire personality. I'm letting you guys know now, inlay cutting boards or inlay wood, whatever you want to call it, is going to become my personality.
I think your personality for the next couple weeks should be built-ins. And
Only on
then,
weekends when Dan's
if you're
available.
still alive, we can talk cutting boards.
But it's cool because I got away from cutting boards. And I mean, I know you guys do craft fair type stuff, but cutting boards in general,
never.
There's too many woodworkers and then too many other actual woodworkers. Like it's such a saturated market that it's a race to the bottom. Whereas,
well, all right.
what, Dan? We've had this conversation. Don't tell me I'm wrong.
I feel slighted.
Why do you feel slighted, Dan?
I sold 5 of those cutting boards this week.
How many of those do you have on hand, Dan? That you said you
0.
had? Okay.
Got it. Probably because you sold them for like $40 at a craft fair.
They're all the cheapest one was $125.
No.
There you go.
The ones that you made the listing for originally,
Oh,
we probably sold it at bulk for like $40 maybe.
we don't talk about that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
my point being, it's one of those, like, it's too saturated. Like, it's like the little fidget toys as a 3D printing business.
I'm going to ask the question that all of our listeners are going to be asking.
Uh-oh.
When is the YouTube video dropping of you teaching us how to do inlays?
I don't believe in long form content.
And that is why you fail.
Not that I don't think that it's real. I just don't.
I've never seen YouTube. I don't want to see YouTube. I don't believe in YouTube.
Let's put it this way. My first long form piece of content was about the mid-century modern desk that I built with Dan. Dan, when was that?
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Is there a video out?
No.
There's not.
Oh, I was going to say,
have-
I feel bad because I haven't seen that one.
No, I have 80% of a video done, and then I just I didn't want to do the finished work.
Daisy.
We also don't have a ton of great footage from the install and like the when it's done sort of thing. So
Fine. Don't you guys have an editor now?
yeah, I've thought about that, but I'd have to dump like 100 hours of raw content on poor dear sweet crafted with machines. and
Did we say
videos.
who our editor is?
Yeah, he said he told me that he was wanting to start that business, so we're starting it for him.
I thought that was an industry secret.
I don't Alex Adams Woodworking, Type A
Yeah.
Furniture. He does editing. Don't talk to our guy.
Oh, geez.
Long story short, there's a bunch of YouTube videos out there. You don't need me. But if you do have questions about setting up the Vectric stuff, hit me up and I can pretend I know what I'm talking about. Because I have messed up a couple of end grain cutting boards recently.
And that's like doing end grains is such a pain in the butt. It's just
I've gotten pretty fast at putting end grain blanks together.
pretty fast. Doing something that still takes at least hours between you can cut it and reglue it is it's a lot of work. But I would say do that. Definitely don't buy blanks from anyone that is selling the blanks.
No, don't do that.
No, don't do that. That's all I'm gonna say. Ha ha ha.
Oh, the kits?
Ha.
Yeah.
Ha, ha.
I have considered buying
If you
end
do,
grain
don't tell
cutting
us.
boards from so I've got for like some of the bulk order stuff, I have a cutting board guy on Etsy that I'll buy blanks from and I'll do the laser work. They have end grain cutting boards. I've thought about like maybe I should just grab a couple of those because end of the
It's
day,
blanks, yeah.
the cutting board isn't the part that I'm trying to put all the money and time into. It's the inlay.
I kind of really want to do the glue up a brick. Like we jokingly talked about it.
No,
but like,
I wasn't
when
joking.
you have a big piece like that, it's so hard to like get everything lined up and then just bandsaw it into end grain boards.
If that would be a perfect opportunity for maybe like a new bandsaw that had been released by a certain company that maybe wanted to sponsor us.
Is it Dylan, Michael, Jeremy, Harvey? That's the one.
I wasn't going to give them the free name.
Whatever.
I'm teasing. Marketing, baby. That's sales.
We're making no money on that.
But yeah, that's my bench. That's what I've done. Pete,
That's pretty good.
what have you broken this week?
Bro. There was a mountain.
Bro?
My back was involved. It's broken. So let's
neck
go
and your
down the
back?
list. Yeah.
What about
I
your
see.
crack?
My laser and my crack. So let's go down the list. First of all, I don't know if since we're talking about cutting boards, did I talk about this already? That I
You
took
have not.
every bit of my scrap, Keith's scraps, everything that I had in the shop, and a couple boards of stuff that I got some like bloodwood and some
Whoa.
extra maple. Like, just accent. I'll cut it up and rip it into just accents for the boards.
Accents.
But I took every single piece of scrap, including all the stuff that last time I did cutting board season or cutting board awareness month, as Bossa Nova Woodworks or Bossa Nova Workshop calls it.
See, I'm not crazy.
No, you are
You
crazy.
did change it.
Yeah, you're still crazy, but you're right on this one, Dan.
Muscle memory.
So last time around, if anyone that's made cutting boards out of scraps, you get to the point at some point in the process where you're trying to make scraps work and you just say, "F- this, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done going back in the scrap pile," right? Well, I took all of those scraps, all the new scraps, Keith scraps, and a couple extra just new boards. I turned that into 48 cutting boards, including a couple of end grains.
How big
too
are these
many.
cutting boards?
Anything from like
I think you're
12 by
talking about
6.
coasters.
6 inches by like 12 to all the way up to like big beefy end grain cutting boards.
7 inches by 13.
No, but these are like all over the board. Haha. Cutting boards.
Nice.
We got 48 cutting boards. Here's the best part. The amount of scraps that came out of all like the pieces of the buffalo that I didn't use would maybe reach to half of a Home Depot bucket, if that. Which means everything else
That's
got
pretty
used.
toit.
That's tight, man. I was blown away. I thought I was going to get like 25, 30 boards, and it kept going up. And I got to the point where I was so freaking annoyed with all the weird offcuts where I stopped looking at like grain direction. Usually you look at the edge of the board and you really try to like match it up. And I was like,
Who does that?
No.
Who's got the time?
No.
I cared for the first 30. Then when I was getting down to like the 6-inch wide by like 12-inch, I'm like, I'm just gluing this crap together. I was getting so mad. But got them all done. They're all glued up. One thing, you mentioned the Rockler parallel clamps. So one thing I usually do is I just glue the F-furs up. Like, I don't care. I just glue them up, and then you'll have like the random board that's 1 3/4 on a 3/4-inch board. And then you have to like either run it through the bandsaw, which is kind of sketchy, or run it through the planer a bunch of times to take off the like 1/2 inch of material. I got smarter, and towards the end, I was just ripping them down to be roughly the same thickness at least. And anytime I could, I tried to get them to be the same thickness, because with the big Rockler panel clamps, so I only had one from they had at Workbench Con. I got it donated to me because I was driving, so I took that with me, and Rockler sent me another one, and then I got another set. I was able to do 2 or even 3 board glue ups on a single pair of panel clamps that were all the same thickness. So I got them all down to like about just shy of 1 inch, glued them all together, and then when I popped it open, I had 3 cutting boards out of 1 glue up.
Wow.
Yeah. Honestly, I gotta say, at first when I got, because I had the mini panel glue ups, and I like tried it once or twice, and I was like, this is kind of annoying. I don't know if I'm getting it. Once you get the system down, they're so awesome, because they line your pieces up completely. Because sometimes what happens is when you're using pieces that aren't exactly the same, one might walk down, and then if that was your thinnest piece, suddenly your board is much thinner. The only place this thing can walk is up into the pieces, so when you run it through the planer, you'll get them all even anyways. So maximizing your material, I think they're great. Little shout out for Rockler, they're great. Anyways, got those cutting boards done. They need to get just flattened and cleaned up, so that's getting a head start on the cutting board season. My laser has been acting up for almost a year now, where my circles aren't perfectly closing, and like it's inconsistent. Sometimes it's perfect, sometimes it's not.
It's just bad parenting. That's what it is, Pete.
Right. And I got on a call with Laguna. I talked to somebody for like almost 2 hours. They directed me. Ironically, they were like, yeah, go to cloudray.com, get the parts from there. And I'm like, well, you guys don't offer them? Because I didn't see them on your site. Like, he was like, go to Cloudray, go to that site. And I found that most of these companies, they get these things obviously sent from China. We all know this. Or not even China, somewhere in Taiwan or Philippines, whatever. There's a couple factories that just make all these pieces, and all these different companies are buying them up and rebranding them. So like Laguna legit doesn't have parts for this thing. So I went to Cloudray, I ordered the parts, I replaced one of them. I'm still not getting fully closing circles, but I've been getting really great recommendations from the community. And essentially what's happening is when a circle goes to close, it's off by like 0.5 millimeter, maybe less, but it's enough to like create a tab so the piece doesn't fall out. And you can feel it. It'll catch your finger.
That's crazy annoying, because one of the most satisfying things about having a laser is picking up that piece,
pick it up,
and just watching the things fall out.
Right? So this has been absolutely infuriating. So I did a day of like lubing everything up, then try it again, then like redialing and tightening everything up. Patrick gave me a good recommendation of check that your x-axis and y-axis are squared up by measuring to a certain distance. Mine was off by 1/8 of an inch. Of course, there's little set screws in the bearing that you should be able to loosen and just adjust. No, why would it be? No, they're just somehow they're permanently attached, even though they're set screws. So I had to like take the belt off completely, make sure it didn't slip on a teeth, and like do whatever. It took 2 hours to readjust this thing, 1/8 of an inch. Super fun. And I haven't even redialed it back in with my square with the test that you can run in Lightburn. So that's been a pain in the ass and a nightmare. Honestly, this thing makes most of my money from October until like January 15th. So I need to get this thing back up and running, because it's kind of a big deal. But since this thing is down, I'm kind of like, hey, you know what? I'm going to lean into the CNC a little bit more for this holiday season. If this is potentially not going to be 100% accurate, I got to deal with something else. So I do actually have a box in my garden. I'm sorry, that's the next thing. A box in my shop.
I was going to say, that's not where that should go.
Sorry, I was looking at my to-do list here, or my bench. So I have a box in my shop from Onefinity. and I've got the Redline controller in my shop. I'm freaking stoked. I
Ayo.
ended up sending my my Masso back because I didn't install it. And apparently, if you install a Masso, it's like burning a license, like driving a car off the lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
worth 50% less.
exactly. So just like a Dodge Ram that you drive off.
Did you
a
even
lot.
kick the tires?
No, they didn't even get that.
Did you
far.
hang any truck nuts off of it?
I bought mine at CNC Vana, like Carvana. Get it? So I got the Redline controller. I'm super stoked to put it on. I had a day dedicated to it, and then it got almost delivered to my old address that I haven't lived at for 4 years. So when I updated with DHL, I lost that one day that I had to fully like commit to it and install it. And it's still sitting in a box, but I'm hoping this weekend I can get it done before the patron only call that we have on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
All the paid patrons, make sure to tune in for that. We're going to drop the details soon.
Everybody knows about that.
Everyone
We're all
knows that.
excited.
Dan definitely didn't just learn about it.
We're all very excited.
But anyways, I got to get that figured out. But I kind of wanted to wrap up the laser because I need to move some stuff around in that area because the Redline control, like the Masso, mounts to the left of the CNC, which is exactly where my computer is. So now I need to move stuff around. Super fun. Much excite. But we'll figure it out. Aside from that, what else? Oh, my garden. So we've been wanting to put in, we obviously expanded our garden. We like doubled the space. I'm so glad I did it. My daughter's been in there since she could crawl around and walk around. And we've been, watering the garden with her. Now that she's mobile, we can like cage her in there and she legit will just run over to like tomato plants and just pick tomatoes and just eat them. She's a savage. This kid loves the garden. So I'm glad I did it, but we've been wanting to do some kind of awning and dry area and eventually turn it into a greenhouse. So this last weekend, me and my dad were talking. We decided, you know what, screw it, let's just do it. So we bought all this stuff. We put in some stuff in the garden. Sorry about the
Mute
Discord
that tab,
sound.
Pete.
I thought I closed it, but anyways. Wait. Okay, it should be gone now. Sorry, Discord is live because we love our patrons in a Discord. I feel like this whole episode's just been an ad for be a patron. It's great. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I built this structure, framed it out. By the way, I got a nailer on
Hey now.
Heyo, nailer barely newer. I got this cordless DeWalt framing nailer because I knew I was eventually going to start framing out the basement downstairs. I got it for $270, tool only. This thing is $400 right now.
Yeah, that's a hell of a deal.
It went up even more from what it used to cost. So I'm so glad I got it. And framing out everything for this structure was awesome. And I had that moment that we all, as makers, tend to have, which is like tearing it apart. Like, they're like, wasn't that good? I'm like, this part's like, I could have done this better. Maybe I should have done this, like, more to code or whatever, whatever, like overthinking it. And then I had several people be like, whoa, you built that? And being like, yeah, I built that. Like, feeling really good. Like, I don't do a lot of framing stuff these days. So it's nice to like have put the structure up, make sure it's sound. We had a huge thunderstorm today, winds and everything. And I actually went under there while it was raining. And I was just standing there like bone dry, just appreciating it.
Just so proud of yourself.
He's so proud of myself.
On the back.
But the thing is, like, we like to tear apart. Like, Braden, what you're doing right now would melt people's brains. Like with the end grain cutting boards, so the inlays.
I was gonna say, scrolling through Discord.
Not that, but like, we take what we make for granted, even basic stuff. And some people, like, there's someone out there that has one of our pieces from when we were starting out and treasures it. Like, oh, this little box or whatever, or this first cutting board that Braden never made. And now if we looked at it, we'd be like, why do you have that piece of garbage? Let me make you a better one. Like, you just want to like erase your history, like the thing you started with from the world. I have this old, we call it the adventure chest. It's an old box. Like
an old wooden ship.
It's like a 2x4 plywood box. The miters are all opened up from just years because it used to be stored outside, and it looks like crap. I hate it. We use it daily. It's what we sit on to put on our shoes. It's where we store all of our Baja Blast that Braden left behind. I'm serious. It's still here. No one's drank it. You know,
Uncultured. That's what that household is.
and people like, you know, people see what we make. I just want to remind everyone that what you do is freaking awesome. Whether you 3D print, laser cut, CNC, woodworking, whatever, it's pretty impressive. So little pat on all of your backs there for a second. But,
We've talked about that a couple times. The fact that the basic stuff that we do is just completely unobtainable. Not unobtainable, but like unachievable to a lot of people at their current skill set because they've never done it.
Yeah,
So-
we make jigs for the shop nicer than the stuff we used to build. Like,
Oh man, I
get jiggy with it.
yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. I have the first built-in that I ever did at our rental house, and I think back on that one, and I'm like, man, I did everything as inconvenient as possible on that one. It has like a weird 2x4 skeleton frame to hold in these massive drawers that are way overbuilt and also still somehow underbuilt. Whole thing. I'd do the entire thing different this time if I were redoing it.
I totally agree. I constantly get stuck on that. But anyways, you guys are all amazing. Keep making cool stuff. Can you imagine if there was a building code for built-ins? Like if housing building code transferred over to built-ins and like people you guys both like keep quiet. Like imagine how bad that would be and how many trolls would be like, oh, you didn't even use a Lamello B369 connector. That's not gonna hold.
Oh, speaking of Lamello, you never had Keith call me.
Because we talked and you were like, never mind. I treasure
still
your
wanted to say
opinion
hi.
more.
I still want to
Okay.
say hi. I consider us dear personal friends.
We talked about, me and him talked about you calling, and then
that was
the
that.
end of that was that.
And that was the end of that.
Yeah.
That was the end of that. I love you. Aside from that, I don't know if anyone else has noticed well, Dan mentioned it, an uptick in orders. It's something about September, something about back to school.
Well, we're getting
Late
closer to the
August.
holidays.
Yeah, but like late August, I always like associate this with like orders are picking up. If your orders are picking up, I cannot stress this enough, and I'm going to try to do this myself as well. Ramp up your library of items you make. Try to throw some new stuff out there, especially if you're on Etsy, because this is the time of the year that you can really build momentum for the holidays and keep it going. So if you guys could, by next week, throw up a new item on Etsy, all of you, including you two, and
Yikes.
me. And
My dad.
that's
Why
it.
do you-
Well, look under
Why are
your
you coming
chair,
at me
Brandon.
like that?
I have something real quick to add that
Yes,
I want to get
please.
your guys' take on. I have had a massive uptake in high fraud orders on my Shopify account.
Oh.
And I know that they're fraud because they're all the same exact shipping address and they're all it's like bum F nowhere, North Carolina or something
Bellevue,
like that.
Nebraska, or something, right?
Yeah, that's it.
You know it.
But for the most part, I just ignore them because they've all been digital files. So they've just been, $2.99, something like that. And so the thing gets shipped, and I am fairly certain that there's some sort of scam here, but I don't know what it is because it's not like there's a way for them to get a hold of anything.
Or you just have a big fan
Physical?
out there, and you're just like,
Maybe, but they're all different names. They're all the same shipping number. But I've been just kind of letting them be and figured the problem would solve itself. Well, it did. I finally got a chargeback on one. And this is after months of these happening. And I'd get 2 or 3 a week sort of thing.
Mhm.
So not a huge amount of money, but still it's orders. I finally got charged back. I got hit with a $15 chargeback fee from Shopify
oh yeah,
over a $2 return that I would have just given them the money back for because they didn't even get a product. So first off, two questions. One, how do you guys deal with like fraud orders that are fraud that are digital things that you're not shipping? Like what's the scam here? Like
well, I don't know. I don't know what the scam is, but
I don't know either.
Well, you're actually getting hit with something pretty significant. $15. So that's a $13 loss.
Maybe it's just somebody you pissed off. There's no scam. They just don't like you.
Braden.
No, so I Googled the address and it showed up in a couple of Reddit threads as being like, oh yeah, this Villa Rica, Georgia. 77 Greatwood Lane, Villa Rica, Georgia, 30180. If you guys get an order for that, it's fraud.
Have you, and this is Shopify only, not Etsy.
Only Shopify, not Etsy.
Have you reached out to Shopify about it?
I responded to the chargeback with anti-chargeback. What's the word I'm looking for here?
Yeah. So I had one and I responded, I disputed it, and I ended up winning it. Because it was one of those, like, it didn't get delivered, and I'm like, says delivered, here's the USPS shipping, here's it showing delivered.
But this is a digital file, right, Braden?
It's all digital file. I don't get a single order for a physical product. So again, I can't figure out what the scam would be. Like, what's the point?
You just dispute it, because the thing is, if this is the chargeback you got for the very first one,
it's not for the very first one. It's like one in the middle. So
weird. Okay, I was gonna say, because then you might be getting hit with all the other ones soon.
Well, so what I did do was, now that I've got hit with one, most credit cards, they give you 90 days or a year, whatever. I just went and I canceled all the orders, which meant I had to unarchive
Can you go into Shopify and block a certain email address or a delivery address?
You can't without downloading a Shopify app. And the first one that I found, it was paid, which this seems like a feature I should just have access to. And then I found out there is actually a Shopify specific ad that you don't have to pay for, called Fraud Control, that it doesn't necessarily just like block the order, but you can set up workflows. So if you get an order, it then checks the fraud level. If the fraud level is high, it will automatically cancel, like it'll not process, and it will cancel that order.
Have you ever gotten an order that shows this like potential fraud or high fraud or whatever?
Yes.
I've gotten a bunch of them. I'm telling you about them right now.
No. That is flagged by.
All of these were flagged.
Oh, they were actually flagged.
These were all flagged. I knew that there was something like this was not right. There was no way I was getting the same address.
There's no way that you're going to lose that dispute with Shopify if they're the ones flagging it as high fraud.
Yes.
I got a fun little story.
Ooh.
So when I made those chairs for Jared LaPuma, he bought them through...
LaPuma is also a fraudster?
No, but he bought those chairs through my Shopify, which is my website, and it flagged it as possible fraud, but it paid me anyway. So I was just like, I'm pretty sure this ain't fraud. I know this guy, I think. So
I can't. The chargeback, when you get that chargeback, is going to just be devastating.
It would be. Please don't do that to me, Jared.
Yeah, so I did file a chargeback response to that one where I showed the screenshot of, hey, technically this product was delivered, and you guys marked it as fraud. But again, it's a digital file.
Huh.
So I don't care if they refund the $2 back to the customer's credit card. Like, I don't care about that. Just don't charge me the fine or the fee.
Keep us updated, because I am on the edge of my seat on how this plays out.
I just pulled up the one I just got the chargeback for, and it's actually marked as low order risk. So
interesting.
Well, let's see what Shopify says.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But again, if somebody is listening and they can figure out what the scam is here, like, I don't get why. Because like a lot of times the scam is they'll order something with a stolen credit card and then they get the stuff and they've got the stuff and then
they want to return it.
Yeah, or either they'll return it or they'll just keep the stuff and resell it. But they bought it on a stolen credit, like something like that. But what I don't get what the scam is to buy a digital file.
They got to be doing something.
There's got to be something there because they're doing it a bunch. So, but anyway, I've got those blocked now to where they'll just auto cancel. So if you do get orders like that, go find the fraud control app on Shopify and set that stuff up.
There you go. Good stuff. Well, that's it for my bench. Should we jump into questions? Just rapid fire through all of these guys?
Let's go.
We got to do this first.
Go, Black Betty, Ram Lamb.
Because we still don't have a jingle. Everyone, we don't have a jingle for questions. We don't have a jingle for questions. If If you want to make a questions jingle, or if you have a better one, send it to anotherwoodshop podcast at gmail.com.
There's nothing better. Why do you
Dan,
want to?
your mouth is doing that thing again.
Where I talk on a podcast that I'm a part of?
Wait, we're on a podcast?
Wait, you guys are getting paid for this? All right, let's listen to these questions. Let's go from the oldest to the newest. So, Greg D'Ambrosio had a question about HVLP paint sprayers.
Hey guys, I recently purchased my first HVLP paint sprayer. I wound up getting the Wagner Erlex 5700. I plan to use it exclusively with latex paint on furniture and interior or exterior walls. I've only used a sprayer once, and it was a nightmare to clean. Do you have any advice on the easiest and best way to clean a paint sprayer? Dan, since I know you never clean yours, I don't want you to feel left out on the question. Do you have any advice on the best tip size to use for latex paints, as well as how much to thin the paint? Thanks. Greg D'Ambrosio of GTD Woodworks.
Boom. So I've been itching to answer this one. Dan, I actually want to hear what you say because you love your HVLP sprayer and you love...
I do, but I've never used paint in it.
What?
I've never used paint in my Fuji sprayer. It's always been lacquer. If I were going to use paint in it, though, I would definitely go with a much bigger tip, probably a 3 or a 4 millimeter. I think what I have in there currently for lacquer is the 1.8.
It's 0.18, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it's...
I don't know. Numbers.
Yeah, and then 0.3. Yeah. But
whatever.
Whatever the bigger
you're going to want a
range
bigger
is.
one. And then I would also thin the paint down probably. Water-based paint is typically pretty thick. I mean, so is oil-based, but whatever. I would probably do a 1-to-1 ratio with water and thin it down a little bit. That might be a little overkill. I don't know. I'm not a painter, so I don't really know. Don't listen to me. You guys, Pete, you actually have that Erlex sprayer that he bought.
Yeah. And guess what? I've never run paint through it. But before I did, I was looking up doing a lot of research on whether I can just spray it through the.
I do my own research.
The 0.18 that comes with, I think, most of them, 0.18 or 0.13, whatever it is. And you don't want to do that. You want to run it through. You can run it through a 0.18 if that's what it came with. However, you're gonna have to thin it, and you never want to go too crazy. Like go about 10% up to 30%. I don't think you really ever want to go more than that. But again, consult whatever the paint can says. It might say what it might actually give you instructions for spraying paint. That being said, I have another sprayer. It's the Graco Quick Shop. And that thing just pushes paint. It is so powerful, and it's not a air assist, so it's just pushing straight paint. And it will push, like I just pushed like tractor paint, which is like this oil-based thick
tractor paint is heavy duty thick
heavy
stuff.
Paint, like so heavy it floated on the air about 30 feet and coated my black car. Luckily it was black paint. So it can push that. But that being said, like I had it on max, and I could have honestly been running it on a lower setting with a smaller tip just because of how powerful the gun is. When you're using an air assist, however, I will say that you want to try to dial up your nozzle or thin the paint or both. So you kind of got to experiment. And I really wish there was a one and done, but latex paints, they're just think of it as a much thicker paint. You're not going to get one setting that's going to work for all of them. So you kind of got to play around with it. And
I'm looking at the Fuji spray tips right now, and I was right. It is a 1.8 millimeter tip that I have on there currently. Standard, it looks like the biggest one that they have.
Oh, it's a 1.8, not a point.
Is a 2.5.
Okay, there you go. I have the Erlex 6003, I think. Yeah, that's what it is.
That's a really big hole.
6003 millimeter hole.
It just chucks the bucket of paint.
They call it the cannon, okay? So, you got to do a little bit of dialing in. One of the best things you could do, get a big thing of cardboard before you spray. Get a big thing of cardboard or like butcher or some kind of paper or whatever.
Neighbor's house.
Just start spraying stuff. Spray it, see how it comes out, see how thick it is. Is there any drips? Main thing to look out for with sprayers that are especially laying down more of a line is how thick is it laying down on the edges? because sometimes then when you do an overlap, you'll actually see the edge of the paint. I just ran into that issue recently. But you're going to be looking at a bigger nozzle, I think. Braden, what about you? What do you think?
I did a lot of research on the Fuji because I wanted to be able to spray paint through it, just in case. I don't plan on doing a lot of it, but yeah, what Dan said was correct. Fuji recommends the 2mm or the 2.5mm for lacquer. You gotta think paint. You're basically trying to get your sprayer to spray yogurt.
Yeah,
and so you need to thin it enough to where it's less yogurty. Yogurt. I hate yogurt.
Hey, yogurt.
I actually
your
found
Schwartz is bigger than mine.
I actually found a sheet that gives all the recommendations from Fuji. I will send
send it to me.
And he can put I'll
link it in the show notes. One thing I will say too, because you're talking about like cleaning. If you live in California, you're gonna have a hard time finding things to clean paints, paint guns and whatnot, because there's a lot of environmental restrictions. If you live in a state that doesn't care as much, like New Jersey, or I'm assuming Nebraska, I have lacquer thinner, I have mineral spirits, I have denatured alcohol, I have just straight like bottles of alcohol from the
regular
shop, like,
old natured alcohol. Like
this, the oil-based paint, I was just cleaning it with just straight like rubbing alcohol to clean it out because was it for me or no? I'm sorry, I was using that for cleaning out the clog I had because of Keith Johnson of KJ Sawdust. We talked about that a few weeks ago.
What a Johnson.
I honestly go to Home Depot, pick up a can of whatever your paint thins with, and you're going to be happy. So for water-based finishes, usually you can just use warm water and soap. You might have to involve some alcohol, some other stuff if it's a little gummed up. But usually, whenever you're done, dude, just spray it. Spray it with whatever, like put in water, spray it until it's running clear. You're good. Put that gun away. That's it. Cleaning is actually not that hard. The instructions honestly make it more intimidating than it actually is.
It's not that hard. The few times that I've actually cleaned my gun, I actually have cleaned it a few times, maybe twice. I just take it all apart and put it all in like a big cup of lacquer thinner and let it sit there for an hour or two, and then
ramen.
Then just wipe it off with like a brass brush.
I will say, so speaking of brass brush, go on Amazon, look at HVLP sprayer cleaner. It's probably like a $9 kit. It probably has like 30 attachments of random things in it. Comes with brushes to run through tubes. There's Dan, does your HVLP have that little like one-way valve for air go? Yeah.
Yes.
That's a replacement part.
Yes, and I buy those in bulk because I clog them up constantly.
It looks like a little disc. The little clear tube runs into it, and a clear tube runs out, and it looks like a little disc. That's a disposable part.
You can just use a regular little acrylic. No, a little hose, but that little valve keeps it from backflowing.
Yeah.
So it becomes a pain in the ass if you don't have it. But in a pinch, you can use regular hose.
But don't.
Aquarium hose, like little aquarium.
But don't get get a one-way valve. Trust me, because
in a pinch it works.
Dude,
it works.
I like sometimes when I'm spraying in such a weird position, and I have the bottom can, and I'll like flip
if you go upside down, it's going to be a bad time.
Yeah, you don't go upside down.
I try not to.
Not since the accident.
Yeah, so go pick up a cleaning kit. They're super cheap, and they're honestly, I use those little cleaning brushes more for like non-HVLP things than I do for the sprayer. So, anything else?
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay, let's play the next one. This one's from Alex Adams. 1 of 30 from him.
Hey guys. So in the spirit of the upcoming holidays, I figure why not start a fight between the AWP boys on a controversial topic? Let's reopen that discussion on whether a pickup or a covered trailer is the better option for hauling around material. Now, I'd also like to throw in a third option in there of going with a large vehicle like a Suburban or whatever other brands have that's equivalent. Because you've got a lot of space in there to put in material, and it's also enclosed and protected from the elements. Now, I know that I can fit a 10-foot board in my CRV, so I'd venture to say that you can get 12, maybe even 14-foot boards in a Suburban. Plus, with a Suburban, you've got enough power to tow a trailer of a pretty darn good size. So I think it's the best of both worlds. And because at some point I guarantee Dan is going to be like, pickup is the best, fight me. Let's make it into a game of rock, paper, scissors so that you rank the Suburban, pickup, and covered trailer so that they can beat one, but they actually lose to the other.
Huh? The game at the end hurt my brain. I get the question. Alex, here's the thing. You're not going to start a fight between the AWP boys. Our love is unbreakable.
Here's why you're wrong, okay? So
Okay, first hold on. Hold on. Before we answer, I want to clarify or ask you guys a clarifying question.
But before you clarify, he forgot one category. Yeah, truck, trailer, Suburban, and truck, right? It's like you forgot the last one.
Eat an ass. An entire ass. Turns out our unbreakable love, breakable very easily. No. Okay, so does minivan and utility van fall under Suburban?
Ooh.
Or covered trailer?
No, that is a fourth category. That is a fourth category.
Because Suburban, get out of here. Like, waste of time. Minivan?
Well, wait, when he says Suburban, he might also mean like the Ford Explorer or whatever. Like, bigger car.
Non-minivan.
Large
like
SUV.
Large SUV, yeah.
Okay, got it. So like the worst option. Got it. Okay. Listen, truck, covered trailer, minivan / utility van, and then carrying it home on your back, and then Suburban. There it is.
Actually, I agree with that. His truck is first.
Oh, I'm going to go with Braden's thing that he mentioned. A utility van, a little Econoline Sprinter van, I think is honestly the best option.
A Sienna?
No, minivans lower on the list. I'm not putting those two together. Here's the thing. Most of my shop was moved from Clifton to where I live now in an Econoline.
A Ford Taurus.
No, it was a Ford Econoline and a trailer. Like the whole shop was moved in that.
Did the guy actually give you candy when you got in the Econoline, or?
Well, it was Matt Morgan, so yeah, he has candy. Come on, like Matt Morgan doesn't F around. Like candy. Come on, come on. He knows what's up.
Come on.
But like, I will say Econoline is probably one of the best options because you have a lot of flexibility, a lot of storage in there, and you can go pretty high, so you can even put built-ins in there. I will say trailers next, then truck, then Suburban or whatever. Owning one, and
with
then
an open bed pickup, there's no limit to the length of board you can put in it.
There's no limit to your imagination.
Only.
I could put a 16-foot board in my truck.
You can once.
I can do it tomorrow.
Granted, with a truck, I will say there's a lot of trucks that are more like contractory, or there's even like collapsible systems that you can have storage above it. Then it kind of changes the setup.
That's right.
Because you can
get
put
a rack,
really
get
long
a rack
boards,
on a rack,
rack on top. I do respect that.
Rack
but like,
on racks.
I like having my car. I don't want to just trucks are cool. Trucks are cool. I'm not going to take that away. Trucks are awesome. I don't want to drive a truck. I like driving my Ford Explorer, but I like being able to haul stuff. So being able to borrow my neighbor's trailer is fine,
being able to haul ass.
So when do you do that, Dan? When does that
Whenever I get in it.
Okay. The truck? In the truck? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Dan's truck technically has a gas mileage.
Yeah.
With the way that he drives. There is a mileage. It's one mile. 1 mile per gallon.
Hey, I averaged 22 miles to the gallon on the way to Pete's. Thank you very much.
It was downhill
fair.
75% of the way. And Caleb was driving.
And then he hit Ohio.
And he wanted out of there as fast as possible.
It was all
Don't get me started
traffic.
on Ohio.
Dan, what's your ranking on that one?
Truck wins, obviously.
Wins what? For second place?
All the places.
Okay.
There's no other. There's no
Don't
other
do that with
choice.
your hand.
There's
ever.
no other choice.
Nope, don't do that with your hand again. Oh, Dan, don't do that.
Edit that out.
I'm zooming in.
Was waving everything off.
No.
I kept it lower. Yeah, truck wins. There's no other choice. I don't even understand this argument.
Not even minivan?
No, God, no.
You knew for a fact he was not going to be on board with the minivan.
Why does he hate being awesome?
I don't
Why
know.
if minivans are so great, why do you guys not have one?
Because I'm not cool enough. I'm a freaking loser. I can't pull off a minivan.
I've priced out minivans.
It's like me trying to wear a fedora, Dan.
I want.
Yeah. You see me in a fedora? I don't think so. It just isn't right for me. Jeez,
If you drove a minivan, you could probably
Brayden, get a hold of this guy. Amateur hour over here.
Minivans are stupid.
Redonk.
Anyways, here's James Panda.
What up, nerds? Okay, so I've done bifold
Wait,
doors.
hold on. Pause.
And now
pause.
I've been hired to make.
I don't just have like the pause button ready.
We have a category that I need to throw in as second place. So truck, K-truck,
No,
Same thing.
then
No.
Econoline.
no.
Same thing. A K-truck
Those
falls in a
K-trucks
truck.
are so stupid.
No.
Same
K-truck
bed as
is
your
its own
truck, Dan.
special.
No,
Its own special category.
It's the same bed size as Dan's truck.
it's
But
stupid.
it has K-trucks have nicer tires.
Now you're
the
just
tires are
trying-
fine. It's the wheels.
Now you're just trying to start shit, and it's working.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway,
I am.
go ahead again.
James Panda.
What up, nerds? Okay, so I've done bifold doors. And now I've been hired to make trifold doors. But not only trifold doors, but they're trifold barn doors that will be 3 folds on one side and 3 folds on the other side to make a full 9-foot wide set of doors.
Okay.
So here's my question. Is it completely insane to build a temporary frame in my shop to simulate the 9-foot doorway so that I can pre-hang and get minute adjustments right in the shop before I go to do a home install?
Not insane. It's actually a pretty good idea. However, I don't think you're going to be able to use the frame that you build to do minute adjustments, because are you going to be able to replicate that door frame like exactly down to the 1/32 of an inch? Like, I don't see that happening. You can get really, really close, but minute adjustments are for on location. But it's a great idea. I would do it just to make sure that everything is right. You don't want to show up and start to install those doors and holy shit, how did I leave off an inch on one side? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, fitment and then movement, because there's going to be a lot of moving parts.
Yes,
because
movement,
it's a
yes.
tri-folding. He also didn't say what direction they tri-fold. I think that they probably tri-fold in the vertical,
Ooh.
and then they barn door. It's like one of those like wooden toys where you flip it and it's like click clack click clack click clack click clack, and then like a never-ending
Or those doors that
staircase.
are cut into triangles, so like where you can flip it from one side
yeah.
to the other. And they like
That's
it's
what
just
it
a
is.
bunch of hinges.
But yeah, no, I totally agree. I think that it's a good idea to build a frame. You're gonna have to dial it in on location, but the test frame is going to make sure that everything fits together correctly in at least one setup. So
Yes.
I gotta say, trifold doors are kind of complicated to make sure that nothing binds up, because like we have bifold doors on all the closets, and it folds, so like where you grab it and push out, you're pushing along like close to the track. So you're moving it smoothly. When you're doing a trifold door, the center section has to come together, but like snap into a place, because there's no track for that third flap. Does that make sense?
I personally
there's-
don't understand how the trifold is going to
Because
lock in with
is
no, I get
Yeah.
what a trifold door, but how it's going to translate into also being a barn.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I
is
see
he talking
that
like
too.
it's going to move barnyard style, or is it just trifold and it looks like a barn?
I think it's a trifold, but the two anchor points are outside of the door frame, hanging on some kind of rail. So here's the thing: there's probably nothing supporting it on the bottom either. That's going to be interesting. Either way,
geometry.
That's why you need to build a frame in your shop.
100% build a frame, because this is going to get complicated. And report back,
please.
Hopefully, you haven't built it yet.
He hasn't.
What, you think he's on your schedule?
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Or honestly, this week my schedule, I'm so behind on everything. Anyways, next one is from Sarah.
Hey girlies, so I finally went public with Sarah STEM Center. My question is, how would you suggest I use social media to my advantage with this? My plan is to start with my business plan, mission statement, vision statement, and programs I want to run. But do you think people would want to hear more about making a nonprofit and all the background items too? Let me know your thoughts.
Short answer is yes.
Yeah.
People want to hear about all the stuff.
People love a good story. Yes.
Yeah. I
100%.
watch like plumbing content if it's good.
Right? If it's got a good backstory, I'll watch it.
Because listen, those boys, they lay pipe. Let's be real. Right? High five? Anyone? Anyone? Okay.
They do.
Yeah, there you go. No, like absolutely do the content. But I would say use your social media to, you supplement the main page. Because if you're going to open up Sarah's STEM Center, which I misheard as Sarah's Stump Center, and I already heard Vic's lawyers from the Stump Shop getting really upset. But you should start a separate channel for that and definitely post about that. Or I don't think you want to lose yours, but maybe some people, what they'll do is convert their channel into whatever the new brand is. Like the Clamp Companion. Or Little Bug, when he went from Braden's Bussin' to Little Bug, when he changed it, he rebranded.
It was originally Braden Can Build It.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, I had an Instagram page for like a year that was Braden Can Build It.
Ooh.
And then I asked Dan, hey, should I just hard change this right now? And he said, yep, right now. And then I did it right then. And there it is.
You listened to his advice and it's worked for him.
Listen,
weird, right?
90% of the time we give him crap, but he's usually right as long as it's not a question about customer service or the best TV shows.
Yeah, there's that too.
Why?
Or food to eat.
Or just like personality in general.
Or, you know what? No. Dan, thoughts on social media and promoting a new channel or new endeavor?
Yes, 100%. I agree with everything you guys said. Why not? The more eyes you can get on your endeavor, the better, right?
Yeah.
Just makes sense to me.
Also, lock that down on everything. Gmail, I don't know, Thingiverse, everywhere. Yeah, whatever. Like, make sure like you're on YouTube, you have a website link, you have an email, obviously. You want to make sure you're locked down on everything with the same name, because I think one of the hardest things to have is an inconsistent handle between different platforms. That goes to anyone. Anyone thinking about starting a channel, lock that stuff down now, even if you're thinking about it.
I agree. I will add the asterisk of one hard part about launching a new brand is if you don't have content, if you don't have engagement, like a way to engage with the followers and listeners and whatever. And this doesn't just apply to Instagram, but like any brand, if you don't have enough to start that brand off quickly, like to build up some momentum, you'll very quickly lose a lot of the gains that you'll get in terms of either followers, in terms of people that are interested. Because if you have like just one post that sits up there and you post every 2 weeks or something like that, or every other week, that's every 2 weeks, once a month, stuff like that, you need something to start building up that engagement, or else it's not going to build up and you're just going to kind of spin your wheels with nothing, with not enough movement.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think it's easier if you were going to pivot right now or have a new channel or whatever, Braden's inlays or little inlays, little bug inlay, whatever. If you were going to pivot your channel or start a new channel, which one do you think would grow better, faster?
The new one or the old one?
Yeah, like, do you think you're better? Like, let's say
Or
your
like,
channel,
are you talking like rebranding?
Rebranding,
Like a rebrand versus a new brand?
I'm talking about. Let's talk about Sarah's situation.
Okay.
Not just going from maker, woodworker to business of like maker adjacent, a maker space type, whatever, which is still in the same category, but kind of a rebrand and kind of a different direction to go, right? People might not be there for Sarah anymore. They're there for this thing that she's doing. Do you think it's better? She's better off, or people in general? Like, let's say, like we have a lot of these maker based brands. Like, they tend to start a brand page aside from their woodworking page, because I personally think that's what does better. But what are your thoughts?
I agree with you. And I think a lot of that is because, one, they already have an existing brand that they can basically soft launch their own brand or hard launch, whatever it is. They can launch their own brand and they're immediately going to get, hey, I'm interested in this content because it's driven by this person is likely to be similar, or I want to support my friend, whatever. So you're going to get a lot of just immediate movement based on that relationship or based on that, somebody looking for the same exact type of content. I guess my point is, if you then, post, hey, I'm starting Sarah's STEM Center. Here's my new Instagram. Go follow it. Cool. Do it. If there's nothing else there, people are going to fall off. The people that are not like directly connected to Sarah on a personal level, who are not necessarily there to support Sarah, they're just there because they think it's another account to follow, they'll start to fall off because there's no traction on that account. What I would say would be pretty smart is to take advantage of the fact that, Sarah, you have a lot of maker content already, which means you've got, just like all of us, you've got like 3 terabytes of video of you making stuff on your phone that you can now go throw into CapCut and do videos, basically like, hey, you making a cutting board in the background. And then your voiceover type content can be, hey, what does it take to start a nonprofit? Or what are we going to be doing here? Or this is the types of projects that you are going to eventually be doing at, at Sarah STEM Center. And the purpose for that is you're going to start to get engagement. You're going to start to get growth. And then one important thing is, my guess is, with it being a nonprofit, you're going to want brand involvement and you're going to want to get donations of tools, of products, things like that. If you can start to build that brand, a brand working with you as a content creator is a different relationship to a brand working with a nonprofit. And if you get content and you start to show even before you have a facility, before you have anything set up, you're going to start to be able to set up that relationship from a nonprofit standpoint. But if it's just, we've all seen it, like the brands that have like 1 post and 34 followers that are very obviously like another Chinese brand, like shut down another account and they start a new name, whatever. It's very hard to look legitimate if you have nothing on a page. So I would start using the content you already have, but just pivot it. Like it's B-roll at this point.
I was going to say that you're turning your A-roll into B-roll for another channel. I think that's a great way to think of it.
And then schedule like 30 posts, because you can just ChatGPT, hey, what are the steps to start a nonprofit? And then double check, obviously, the information for you. Take that, make a voiceover, put some text over it, and just schedule out like 30 posts so that every other day you have content coming out, but you don't have to your brain doesn't have to sit there and think, well, what am I going to post for this account? And what am I going to post for this account?
Yes.
You're just getting movement.
That scheduled post option is awesome. Use it. Utilize it.
Use the trial posts, the trial reels, guys.
I trialed the trial reels last week. Not a fan.
Dan, here's what you do. Next time you post a reel, post 3, all trial reels, different captions on all of them, and a different maybe change the profile photo or whatever. I've been doing that, and honestly, I usually have just off the text a banger and a flop. So, but anyways,
Really?
yeah, Braden brought up some good points. I think that's actually really good, not just for Sarah, but for anyone that's looking to launch something different. Or some people, like, I can barely keep up with one channel. Some people just love, this is their hobby. They want multiple channels. Some people just are out there running 8 channels, different platforms. And a nice thing about something that's not you specific, you can use AI. You can kind of almost use the same B-roll for multiple videos and then just put different words over it and voice over it. And I think you can do pretty well. I follow guys all the time that, like, they're kind of reusing content, but they're talking about their life, about the stuff in the shop, issues they're running into, and it's still fresh because the spoken word is fresh, even if the background video is not. That makes sense? Yeah.
If you look at Izzy launched the Swan Tool group a couple weeks ago. We should have talked about that in Maker News at some point, but he launched a tool brand, and a couple weeks ago launched it. 10 posts that just right off the bat had 10 posts up.
Yep.
He's already up to almost 1,000 followers on it. So
look at that.
I had no idea. Today I learned.
Surprise.
All right. So next question is Alex Adams again.
Hey guys, do you have any tips for driving vermin out of your shop or garage? Things like crickets or bugs, snakes, rats, anything of that sort.
Oh, I'll be quick with this one. A bug assault shotgun with
Those are
kosher
fun.
salt. You want kosher salt. You want a nice coarse ground kosher salt.
In
And
case
In
the
case the
bugs
bugs
are
are
kosher?
Jewish.
Yeah.
does the opposite. The gun is Jewish. It's blessed. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You got to treat it with a flamethrower. I think that's how you make sure it's kosher. And the other thing is, I have one of those like tennis rackets
Yeah.
with the Zap brand, whatever. The only thing is with that one, don't let anyone like just slam it against whatever to try to kill the bug. You want to try to avoid hitting things because it will like mess up the wires and it'll start just shorting.
But how's that going to help with snakes and rats?
Snakes and rats also don't like electricity.
They don't like those either. Bug assault helps too. Here's the thing. Sometimes I'll see a spider, compressed air, or a leaf blower out the door. I haven't had any mice issues in the shop. We've had some in the basement. Sticky traps. I don't know. That's a nice, easy go-to. I caught a snake on a sticky trap once. So there's that too. And it got stuck to something else. It was a little messy to clean up, but it got done. And,
Fun fact, Sticky Traps was my DJ name in college.
I believe that. And that's about it. Oh, well, we also have wolf spiders, which are just like 2-inch black giant spiders that are super scary, intimidating. But they just like, they don't make webs. They just eat bugs. They're actually really good for you. So I like to blow them out of the shop if I can.
That's generous. Creepy, wolf spider, like spiders that are wolf sized, creepy.
Yeah.
Wolf spider, wolves that are spider sized, adorable. Little tiny wolves running around, little packs.
What would you rather fight? 100 wolf-sized spiders or 100 spider-sized wolves?
One wolf-sized spider or 100 spider-sized wolves.
Whatever. Yeah, I forget.
I could tame them. I'd take the 100 spider-sized wolves.
Braden's out there with a little piccolo. He's like playing.
I just want to add, the dust collector is also an effective pest remover.
It is,
because there is a large turbine in that thing that deals with problems.
You want to know something sick and dark? My little Ryobi dust, whatever. I forget what they used to call them. It looks like
the dust bunny.
No, it's like it used to be a style of vacuum. It was a handheld
stick vacuum
for every home.
Dustbuster.
Yeah, it's a dustbuster size. It even has a clear. You see everything that goes in there. That is currently filled with a mosquito, a wasp, 2 flies, and a stink
and a
bug.
possum.
And I just watched them battle it out like it's with a bunch of dust in there. And I know it's dark, It's really dark, but you know what? It's me or them.
A mosquito and a stink bug walk into a dustbuster.
And the bartender said, "Why the long face?"
And then the wolf spider howled.
Dan, how do you deal with pests in your shop?
He usually just tells me it's time to go home.
Yeah, I usually say you gotta go. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this. I think you guys know this, but just to let the audience know, Alex was dealing with like a large snake in his shop.
A boa constrictor, I'm pretty sure.
I think it was
from the Amazon.
Yeah, anaconda.
It also was in the squishy part of the bottom of the garage door.
Yeah, it got in there, and he shoved it out by using a plumbing snake to get the snake out of his garage door.
Snake crime is out
snake
of control.
Snake v. Snake. Too many motherfucking snakes in this motherfucking shop.
The thing is, like, I live near a forest. Like, literally, I get mice, I get snakes, I get all that stuff. They don't even bother me anymore. Like, you know, I see stuff and I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I don't deal with them. I guess that's how I deal with them. By not, I don't worry about it because it's a losing battle. So
just let it be.
They're more scared of Dan than Dan is of them.
Yeah, I think there's a video on my Instagram page where I caught a like 4.5 foot rat snake.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I was like carrying it because there's big snakes around where I live.
Big snakes.
Wow.
Anyway, they don't bother me.
Yeah, good stuff. Next one is Chris from Homefront.
I just found out that only about 30% of the population has an inner monologue. That means one of the 3 hosts statistically doesn't think in sentences and has no inner voice. So which one of you is it? Chris from Homefront.
I will say this. When I found this out, not from this voicemail, just in the past, like that people don't have an inner monologue and don't like hear themselves all the time, blew my mind. So not everyone just hears this noise all the time.
I have an inner monologue, but it's in like an Italian accent. It's the weirdest thing. And I can't do it. I can't replicate it.
Zero
it's time to play some Grand Theft Auto. Hey, it's me, Daniel Dunlap.
So I have an inner monologue that won't shut the hell up.
Yeah, I think you got the 100% group right here, buddy.
Yeah.
These GD Etsy buyers are so dumb.
This is one of those things that I low-key think is a conspiracy theory to make
this
everyone
has to be
feel bad. Like, make everyone feel bad. Because everyone I know is like me and hears words in their head. Not like weirdos, but like themselves.
That's how thinking works. Like, if you don't have a voice telling, like, thinking through, what are these people doing? Just like, they just
emptiness.
Oh, the decision's just made.
I think the people that don't have an inner monologue are the same type of people that need plans to build any little thing. Like, I know that might be fighting words, but like I've never understood why you need plans. So like when I build my C tables, I've had people ask for plans for those. Like, it's 3 planks of wood. You know, come on, you know you agree with me. I can look at stuff on Pinterest and go like, okay, I know how to make that.
You said it out loud, Dan.
What? I'm throwing it out there. Hot take from Dan.
Man,
I just don't get it because how do those people? I don't know how they move forward. Like, how do you think?
Well,
is it just like colors or like
here's
a blob?
What you do, Braden. You just get all your plans in bulk. Every plan for every situation in life. 14,000 plans, guys.
It's 16,000, you pleb.
Oh, is it?
Now on sale
whatever.
for $14.99.
Just from my buddy Ted.
The amount of plans hasn't changed.
Ted Mosby?
No, Ted's Woodworking.
Jeez. Ugh. Yeah, that's a lie. No one has a silent brain. Anyways, Splinterfingers Woodworking.
Quick question. I have 2 CNC machines now, a Shapeoko 4XXL and a Ultimate B 1500 by 1500. And I've not used dust collection on either of them for a long time because I had a static cutoff one time and it cost me material and time. So I just started vacuuming between jobs, but I recently purchased a dust collector and I really want to use it for my CNCs. But I'm afraid of the same thing happening again. Can you share with me what you did to combat that? Thanks in advance.
Guys,
I have Onefinity CNCs. We all do.
you have
and
two
I've
Infinities, actually.
I've never ever had that problem. So maybe it's the brand of CNCs you have. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but that's my diagnosis as a doctor.
I also wonder if his dust collection hose is one of the like rubber wrapped ones that is supposed to counteract that. I don't know, Pete. For some reason, I don't know why. I feel like you're the science one here.
So I
Pete
had the
Nye, the science guy.
Pete.
Guys,
Pete Nye, the science guy. That's your code phrase for this week.
There you go.
That into
Pete
AWP
Nye,
giveaway at
science
gmail.com.
guy.
I almost forgot about the code phrase.
AWP giveaway at gmail.com. Send it in for your chance to win 1 of 2 tickets to Maker Camp.
Yeah.
By the way, if you ever need a hype song for a night out, if you look up the Japanese version of Bill Nye the Science Guy, when this is legit, when they shout Bill, 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 it sounds like beer, beer, beer. This is legit. You can look this up.
Okay.
And it's hilarious. Anyways, I had a Shapeoko for a while, and I had the static discharge disconnect issue several times. It is not a dust collection thing. It is definitely an issue with the system. I think it has to do with the fact that the frame and everything isn't steel. It's just like aluminum and whatever. Brandon, are you playing it? Oh, it's not coming through.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Beer.
Do I have to look it up?
It's not Japanese, it's Chinese.
Oh, I'm
Bill Nye
sorry.
the Science Guy Chinese intro.
Yeah. But I will say, so the static discharge thing is an issue, and it can happen with even the nicer machines, like Sean Boyd, who used to be with the Four Eyes, like in the warehouse there. That Inventables Pro or whatever that they had there, that was Sean's. So it's in his new shop now that he's moved. He has discharge issue. He was like doing some flattening for what has his desk. Good video, by the way. Go check it out. And he was getting random stops in the job. It was a pretty big 3D carve that he was doing on the bottom of the desk because he was trying to cup the bottom of the desk. And that's a very expensive, very fancy, nice machine that was getting that issue. So anytime he would vacuum stuff up.
So it is a
touch his
machine
laptop,
issue.
I don't.
Possibly.
Listen, I'm not saying that Onefinity is like, oh, it'll never happen. It could still happen because basically dry dust going through a tube is going to cause a lot of electrostatic buildup.
Can you touch it? Can you just ground the hose and the?
I have done that, and it was an intermittent issue still. So I have grounded it directly right to an outlet, to a grounding wire, and I still had it with the Shapeoko. So I know what you mean. Mainly, I would say start the job, walk away, just
hope
don't
for the
touch
best.
Don't touch it, but run dust collection. For the love of God, if you can, run dust collection. Yes, do that, please.
I would imagine that just dust flying through the air would create more static than dust collection.
I can tell you confidently, it definitely creates more of a mess. I haven't had my dust collector hooked up to the CNC because I have to have a special automatic tool changer one because I'm better than you guys.
Clearly.
Dust everywhere, like everywhere.
Yeah. And speaking of dust everywhere, let's play this. Yeah, it's literally just beer. That is a hype song if I ever heard one. All right, last question we got here. This one is from. Oh no, that was it, guys. That's it.
That's good because we're over 2 hours.
I know we're over 2 hours. So sorry, everyone. This was a fun episode for us. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah,
it was an episode.
It was extra long because we're not going to be here next week, probably.
You're welcome. Split
extra
the stuff
long
over 2 weeks
for your pleasure.
Yeah, we'll put out a notice of where to cut the audio. I think it's gonna be about an hour and 3 minutes. You're gonna just pause, and pick it up on the next Monday.
Here's the thing. If they got to this part where we tell them where to cut it, they've gone too far.
We'll have Braden do a separate post after he does a separate giveaway for the...
What I can tell you confidently is that if you push play on this episode exactly at 10:37 and 48 seconds, you'll hit
It'll
part
finish 15
where
minutes before midnight.
You'll hit the part where we play the Chinese version of Bill Nye the Science Guy at midnight. And if you play it backwards, it's a satanic ritual.
Don't know.
It summons Alex Adams.
Oh, no! Well, guys, thanks so much for joining us. We are not going to be here next week. We might throw in a special episode. We'll see. Well, we're
going to be in Texas.
But we are going to be in Texas next Thursday, or at least on a plane to go to Texas for the Texas Woodworking Festival. Super excited for that. We'll see some of you guys on Sunday at 6 p.m. for the patron happy hour call that we're going to do. That's usually 2 hours. And Dan, what if someone wants to sign up for that so they can take advantage?
You got to go to our Patreon and sign up there. You can get there one of two ways. You can go to patreon.com/anotherwoodshop podcast, or Braden has made it super easy for you. You can go to iloveawp.com. It'll take you to the same place. Get signed up at one of our paid tiers, and that allows you to join us on our patron call, and it allows you entrance into the Discord. And it also allows you to get entered into our monthly giveaways that will continue into 2026.
And into our hearts.
Oh, and also we're starting to go to events, like a string of them, which means they'll be able to collect their friendly butt taps for free.
Oh, handshakes. Okay. Oh,
yeah.
So we're going for full butt. Okay.
You're shaking hands different than I am.
Are we going to do another patron pizza party at Maker Camp?
I
think that was a huge hit,
absolutely.
So.
I kind of wrote that check earlier when I said that we were gonna. So yeah.
Are we going to do a patron barbecue run? BYOB? We are going to get barbecue at some point.
Fun fact: I won't be incredibly hungover at Maker Camp this year during the pizza party, so that should be fun.
You will or won't?
Won't.
Oh, okay.
Will not. Will not.
All right.
Promises made, promises kept.
All right.
Probably.
He will be drunk that night, though. So just fair warning. Anyway, guys, we'll see y'all next week. Bye, 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 bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
Love you long time.
Bye.
Love you long time.